Hey, welcome back to the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge, and today we have the final in our series of 4 Disney Plus native Predator films. When they were added, in some cases, some people treat these as provided by Hulu, but they don't say provided by Hulu. They don't also require you to have a Hulu account in order to watch them. So these last 3 weeks and today, these Sundays, I've decided to take all 4 of those films: Predator, Predator 2, Predators, and The Predator, which is today's episode, and give them a look. I haven't seen these films. Yes, I admitted back in the first one that I had not seen the classic 1987 with Arnold Schwarzenegger. That film, I had seen it, I'd known the memes, and I'd get to the chopper, and the arm wrestling kind of thing, that grip thing, all that stuff. I've seen the memes, I've seen clips of it, I just never fully sat down and watched it. I didn't go to the theater. I grew up in a place that had barely 4 screens. 5 if you count that kind of theater. So, yeah, and that wasn't playing on that screen as far as I could tell. So, by the way, this is an hour and 47 minutes long. It's from 2018. It is directed by Shane Black, who, not coincidentally, he's a director now more than he's an actor. He appeared in the very first Predator film as Hawkins. Yeah, I think he might have been the first one that was killed, I believe, by the Predator. Yeah. Kind of a auspicious thing. What? Hey, you were in the first one. Do you want to direct the 4th one? Well, not the 4th one, but direct one in 2018? Sure, why not? Shane Black, of course, you might know him from Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, The Good Guys. He's done a bunch of other things, even recently, and it's slipping my mind. But I know him mostly through Iron Man 3. Which, whether you like it or not, I really like it. But that's just me. It does have a much more modern action feel to it. It does, the 80s... The 80s kind of action movies have a specific feel, has a specific aesthetic and pacing that, yeah, and it's all shirtless, muscle-bound mega dudes that are fighting an alien hand-to-hand kind of thing. Yes, there's definitely guys fighting the Predator. There's people constantly shooting at these aliens. I'm trying not to spoil too much, and it just, yeah, it is a big action thing, but it's a lot of shooting that does nothing, and you can tell who's going to survive by the fact that anytime somebody becomes face to face with the Predator just throws them. When he literally just stabs or explodes or tears the head off or rips their arms and legs off or shoot them with he touches them, they die. But for some reason, every single time one of our main characters gets within inches of him, he's even holding certain characters in the air in front of him, just going, "Rah, I'm a Predator." He throws them, and you're like, oh, well, that doesn't make any sense, but it has to make sense for the film. Otherwise, if certain characters just died, then, well, that'd be really sad. Despite the fact that our main characters, our main heroes in a sense, I mean, they're all killers themselves. They are not, by the way, being hunted in this film. They just cross paths with it and interrupt, let's just say, one of their missions. In fact, if anything, one of the Predators is being hunted. That's all I'm going to tell you story-wise, really, as much as I can about this film. That's the little twist to it. But of course, we meet a bunch of characters that are killers. They're from the military. We got snipers. We got guys with PTSD. We got guys that are basically going into prison or rehabilitation in order to just get them out of society. And our main character, last name McKenna, Quinn McKenna, played by Boyd Holbrook, McKenna. We'll just call him McKenna. He's Quinn. But he's a guy who basically he's a sniper. He's an assassin, and he's in the middle of a mission in Mexico, taking out drug lords. When suddenly a predator ship comes crashing through the jungle and literally just messes everything up. And when he gets brought in by his superiors, well, they realize he's seen too much, and he's kind of has to go away with a busload of other dudes we get to meet in a very convenient exposition sequence inside of a bus before they're carted off to never be seen again. And of course, they have to escape. Yes, okay, I'm telling you story stuff, but they have to escape. But otherwise, if they don't, it's not going to be an action-packed battle to the death kind of thing. And it's kind of neat, though. We had some interesting faces in this group. Keegan-Michael Key. He's the funny one. Of course, he's a comedian. And so he pretty much provides most of the comedy. Dang it. We get Thomas Jane. Yeah, he was a Punisher once. He has Tourette's. And he says some things, he has a few tics, and he says some things that are inappropriate and are used for comedy. So, I don't know if it was necessarily the best use of that. I don't know. It seemed like this film was treating neurodivergent issues as, hey, look, are you aware of this? Now it's funny. Not that it was demeaning. I don't think that the intention was to make these cases demeaning, because Quinn McKenna's son in this is he's very autistic. He has a number of issues communicating, and he's sensitive to sound, and just a lot of things that he's dealing with as a kid, as so many kids are. The kids that bully him keep calling him Asperger, and that's not, I don't think that's the same thing. But I'm not an expert on all this. But if you're gonna watch this, be aware ahead of time that if you're sensitive to how people express certain neurodivergent traits, well, might be a difficult watch for you, or it could be funny. I really don't know. But this kid is also kind of one of our main heroes in this, even though he's not meant to be a hero. He is the focus of this. In fact, the bio right here for this thing is somewhat accurate. It's not really. But a boy triggers the universe's most lethal hunters return to Earth. No, not really. But he's helpful in that, let's just say. The predators are already here. And his dad got a face full of them, let's just say that. There's plenty of references to previous films as well. There is a Get to the Chopper reference. There is, or Choppa reference. Jake Busey appears in this, just like his father did back in the day in Predator 2. We have Alfie Allen. Wow, Alfie Allen plays one of the military dudes who's a little unsettled, let's just say. Where are the rest of them? They're not very good at giving me a good list of everybody. Sterling K. Brown plays our main human villain in this, and I've seen him in a lot of stuff, but he really comes off as really, I don't know, snappy. He gets all the snappy dialogue and gets to be really cocky and a total jerk for the most part. But yes, the funny thing about this is that most of the characters in this have the longest time in the film than any previous film, like the protagonists anyway. You know, these films are basically meant for humans to be hunted and cut off one by one throughout the course of the film until they're down to predator versus main character human, and then they have to battle it out for dominance and see who's going to win. That's the way it's done pretty much in all the films. In this one, it's a very... I mean, sure, there's plenty of people dying along the way. Mainly they're just soldiers or lab technicians or just anybody who's between the Predator and what he needs. And they're all just basically nameless security guards for the most part. Our crack military squad, who don't really like each other that much in the start, are the only ones who just make it through. All of them pretty much make it through the entire film, which is really strange. Excuse me. They also had a number of other different elements into this that I'm definitely not going to spoil, which just sort of fleshes out the universe a little bit. It's a little bit of world building in this one, like they are really good at doing. But yeah, for the most part, also in order to get women into this film, just like each one of them seems to have like a token female in each one of them. Sorry, Maria Conchita Gonzalez, Alonso, Maria Conchita Alonso. That's what I meant to say. This one they have Olivia Munn. She's brought in to examine a predator that they have recovered, the government has recovered. And why is she there? Well, she is there because she's a scientist who knows all about this stuff but has never seen an alien before. She's totally new to this. Never mind all the other people that are in the laboratory themselves already, who are already experts on all these things. Why not bring a completely unrelated person into this room? Well, we gotta have a protagonist female who we have to care about. Her main job is to mostly be amazed, butt heads with people, and then get naked at one point, which you don't see anything. I'm just saying that there was just, she has to be scanned for contaminants or whatever coming in and out, and I suppose it has a purpose, because she survives a whole lot longer, because when the Predator finds her naked and curled up in a corner without any weapons, he doesn't bother killing her, even though he did kill a ton of people who were not weaponized. They didn't have guns or anything, but he slaughtered them. But yeah, so but they don't show anything, but she looks super gaunt, like I don't know, her collarbone. I don't know. I'm not going to judge her body at all. Good grief, she's a beautiful woman, but geez, it seemed like an unnecessary scene. I'm not complaining, but it seems like a really unnecessary scene. But she ends up being really adept at using weapons for some reason. I don't know. Maybe I missed that part of her, bio in some sort of exposition scene. I don't know, but her job seems to get knocked over a lot after shooting at a predator and not getting a concussion. Seriously, beyond our main character, she literally steps into the breach. She is armed and dangerous, and she is ready to take on this predator despite everything that's going down. She could lose her life easily trying to protect a child, which is a noble thing, but she just keeps getting battered away. Not stabbed or torn in half or beheaded, none of that stuff. But she just gets knocked over. And at some point, if you could probably take a drink every single time she gets battered away or knocked over, you might have a concussion from drinking that much and that hard. So yeah, it's a lot more. There's a lot more fun dialogue. Yeah, you got Jesse Ventura and all the other guys with their bro life, the bad sex jokes and everything else from a character in each of the first two films. And was there one in the Predators film? I have a feeling there was. Like it was like it's a staple. Like you have to have somebody who does bad sex jokes. And well, we had this in Keegan-Michael Key, yes, who played Coyle. So Keegan-Michael Key does a string of really bad jokes, offensive jokes, just to stir up one of his compatriots a lot. But when they get moving, they're a well-oiled machine. Somehow, they survive so long in this movie. And again, there's a little bit more to this than just, hey, I'm a predator. I've come to Earth now to hunt people. It's not that case. They've stepped in his path, and the boy is the key to it all because he has neurodivergent traits. He has the ability to sort of understand what the predators are doing and what they are, and he gets to deal with bullies because he gets his hands on some tech. That's satisfying, but yeah, I think they kind of lose the plot after a while, where it just sort of they kind of lose focus, and any kind of deeper story is pushed aside for the action, which is what you're here for. You're there for the action. So yeah, okay, it's good. It may not be anybody's favorite film, but it is. I think the kid does get to say some swears. I'm surprised. This is definitely not one for kids. I don't think any of these things are for kids, but it depends on your kid, I guess. But yeah, he's like, what, 10 in this? I have no idea. He's played by Jacob Tremblay. We know who Jacob Tremblay is. What has he done? He's the kid. He's been... man. Oh, he was Luca in Luca, the Pixar film. But yeah, no, he's been in a bunch of stuff. He did a voice in Harley Quinn series and a bunch of other stuff. But yeah, you know the name, Jacob Tremblay. So yeah, if you're a completionist, yeah, you really do need to see this. But it does have kind of a dangling plot point. What is the build up to the very end of this film? And I think every single time they release a Predator film, it almost seems like they're trying to make a direct, in a line, franchise, where they do have a franchise already, but it's just very disconnected, and you just have to put it together. Oh, Prey, isn't it? Oh yeah, okay. Prey is in this. Oh, and by the way, there's no mention in this one of aliens. Just so you're aware, I don't think so. So I think they kind of ignore all the Predator versus Aliens movies. I think completely, but because they're their own anthology. So I think they're probably closer connected than any of these various Predator films, especially like Predator Badlands, which came out on Hulu just a few weeks ago. That's a movie that's set in a different time and has no human beings in it whatsoever. Yeah. So so yeah, they're all very. I like the fact that they could take what seems like a very simple component, like a simple setup, and have taken it from very many different angles and made it entertaining each way. It would suck if it was the same movie 5-6 times. We've seen that a lot with other films and other franchises. So yeah, I'm looking forward. I liked Predator Badlands. It was its own thing, and I think each of them build on the mythology. Excuse me. This one, however, you will see something at the very end, not after credits, but main story, that I think they really wanted to incorporate into the reality, and maybe it's somewhere else in the in the Predator anthology somewhere that I just haven't seen yet. I don't know. Experts may tell me, oh, well, they use it in the book, or there was a comic book that dealt with this. Maybe that's the case, but yeah, let's see it in films. Let's bring it all together in one giant film. Throw an alien in there, too. Get E.T. involved. It doesn't matter. Okay, so yeah, that's all I got to say about that. We already picked what's tomorrow's episode the other day with the whole mess up between the Miley Cyrus and Ready or Not 2 and pushing everything around. So we're finally going to be watching this item now, right after The Predator, Strangely enough, this is also has the word predator in the title, but it has nothing to do with it because it's called Shark Quest: Hunt for the Apex Predator. Yeah, we got another shark episode. But these are the last of the shark episodes. This might be the last shark episode. I don't know. We will see. Because very often, way back when, I used to cut out all the shark episodes because there was just way too many of them to catch up on. I was getting 2 or 3 a week, and I couldn't make this series just the Disney Plus Shark Show. I just couldn't do that. But I brought them back here in my final run individually, no longer a big compilation of shark things. We got possibly our final shark one. If not, we're real close. Shark Quest: Hunt for the Apex Predator is what we're watching next on the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge. I'll see you back here tomorrow with that.